pure mathematics of angles and aerodynamics, the physics of g-forces and friction, and the raw instinct to race. These are the masters of speed. This is Formula One.
Behind with 1:14.72. Razor Hyper currently holds that third spot, 1:15.5. So there's a bit of a gap between third and second right now. So it just shows that Savan and Dino Monkey definitely have the quickest pace, and they could be the ones to watch out for today. Server is pretty full with loads of drivers here, about maybe 20 drivers ready to race. Jerry set to green sector. So the race will begin in about 10 minutes time, 25:06. British summertime is the estimated race start, lights out time. Anyway, Jerry now goes across the line after his 2 green sectors. He goes fourth with a 1:15.6, so there's still a lot of improvement. He does beat Rollins' time by 8 thousandths of a second, so he's very, very tight between 12th and 5th. It's tight between 4th and 6th as well. There's less than a tenth of a second between those 2 drivers. It's quite a tight bunch as well. It's about 4 seconds separating 20 drivers without Gareth yet to set a proper lap time. He's still he's still in the pits. So yeah. Torno set a green sector 2 as he goes across the line now in the Lotus, and he doesn't improve, he goes 1:16 for that, so it's still about 1.5 seconds off the best time. Zinks goes green in sector 1 as he attempts to try shave a couple of attempts off, but he's flipped before the second DRS zone. That will be a deadly corner. That will be a very, very deadly corner. I think obviously we're struggling to get in, but it was about 7 minutes to go till lights out. Zachary set a green sector 2, Jerry set green sector, Jerry picking out in 4th, he set a green sector 1, his time is currently 1:15.6, Zachary is in P7 with a 1:15.7, which is only about a 10th behind Jerry, despite being a few positions down, but he's set green sector 2, he rounds the final corner now, coming onto the start-finish straight. Goes across the line, he goes 4th, only 6 thousandths of a second off Razor Hyper 2 green sectors, propelling to 4th P7. So it is showing like it's going to be a very, very tight race. I do think that this could go down to strategy really, as Jerry now is approaching the final corner after lays down International lays down there, but International Raceway. Oh no, the British Grand Prix, he goes across the line, he goes 3rd with 1:15.4, that's about 1/10 ahead of Razor Hyper in P4. But he's still about 8 tenths off the best time. Algar is actually doing some laps now, but actually no, he's not, still stuck in the pits. No green sectors really going on. The 11V63 has currently set a green sector 1, a personal best in sector 1, good for yellow in sector 2. It's the final corner. Across the line, Dynamonkey's going to go across the line with him. He goes P17 with us 1:17.7. About 3 seconds off the pace, but it does show how tightly bunched this field is. Moto in the Red Bull Moto. No green 392.371. So personal best sector 2 with a 1:16.9, his best lap time. Final corner now. Jerry's gone green in sector 2 as well. He's a personal best sector 2. Beffett's personal best sector 1. Across the line. Sets 2 green sectors, but it's not enough to improve. It's exactly a 10th off the driver in front, which is Beckett Guitar 180, who's actually stopped at the corner. I think so, he's gone. But Jerry's gone green, 2 greens in sector 2. And he's set as well. Beckett stopped on track. Not many green sectors happening. Outguard still in the pit. Zinx had a personal best sector 2 now. 1:15.788, his best time. Jinx now rounds the final corner in the Red Bull. He goes across the line, doesn't improve. As our streamer is actually in now. Gogo has gone third with a 1:15.3. That means now the gap between P1 and P3 is down to 7/10 of a second instead of 8/10 of a second. 1 minute countdown has begun to lights out. It's quite somber British Grand Prix. Salvan just trying to do one practice lap. I think one slow down lap. Jerry Picchio's going to try one more lap maybe. He's currently holds the P4 spot, 1:15.4, his best lap times, about 8/10 off the pace. The race will be starting very, very shortly. The British Grand Prix. This could see Outguard be crowned as our RFO Season 6 champion. His nearest challenger Clockst and Dino Monkey about 30-40 points behind. Look at our standings. Clockst is 33 points behind. Dino Monkey is 76 points behind. So he needs to win and fast. He needs to win every race and get the fastest lap and Outguard DNS in all of them. I'll get to P10 minimum, P10 max. So I think Dino Monkey's championship could be out of the window here. 66 points behind, sorry. So he does need to hope that Outguard struggles a lot in these final races. Clocks, though, 43 points down. Still hope for him. But if Outguard wins, takes the fastest lap, and Clocks doesn't get P2, does mean that Clocks' championship will be over and Outguard will be our champion. 10 seconds now. So the race starts. We could be lights out very, very, very shortly. There it is. It's begun. As we see our drivers line up. Salvan is our pole sitter. Dino Monkey, I think he's down in P4. He is. Lordy is in P2. Bedford Guitar is in P3. That's our top three starting. That's 28 laps at the Great British Grand Prix. Bit of a somber Grand Prix. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go. And there's drama before the race has even begun, as Algard hasn't spawned in. I don't think Algard is out. I think before the race has even begun, as Lodi gets a brilliant start into turn 2, into turns 3 and 4 now. The Haas leads. Algard is out already, and this is a brilliant chance for Dino Monkey and Clocks. I don't think Senna got into the race either. Jerry is last, I think. Yes, he is. He's right at the back, I believe. There's a Razor Hyper as well, right at the back. But Lordi leads. Dino in P2, Gogo P3, Moto P4, Romza P5. There's a Red Bull gone off. I think that was... there's a couple of cars gone off. Zeus is off, and I think that was Moto that went off as well. Yes, it was Moto behind Razor Hyper now. But Algard... Lordi leads. Dino Monkey in second now. He's in the DRS. But drama, as Algard, our championship leader, didn't spawn in. Clocks is down in P5. He hopes for a good race as well. This is a perfect chance now to put himself back in the championship fight. This is a perfect chance now for Dino Monkey to put himself back in the championship fight. And I do think to get back here. Dino Monkey leads though 2 attempts for the Sarvan. Jerry has the fastest lap with 2 purple sectors. Clocks in P5. He was in P2 in the championship. This is a perfect opportunity for him to get some points. Dino Monkey leads Lordi, who's ahead of Sarvan. Rom's in P4. Clocks in P5. Clocks is struggling, I think. He's dropped behind a little bit. But that is Sarvan that just lost the back end a little bit coming out of turn 5. Dino Monkey still leads. Rom's in the Williams is up to P3 now. Sarvan's lost a position. Clocks is in P5. The 2 cars behind him fighting, Jerry and Beffitt Guitar. Antonio sets a purple sector 1, but he goes deep as well. There's a lot of drivers going deep. As there's an Alfa Romeo going deep. I think that's Rozikigan that's gone very, very deep. And he's lost his front wing as well. That's an unfortunate error there. As his race looks to be over before it's really got going. Roms are in second now. Lordi's dropped behind. Clocks is down to P7, so he's lost a little bit of time here. But Dino Monkey wins and takes the fastest lap. It puts him right back in this championship fight. Algard's race is probably done, as he's going to be at least 2 to 3 laps down. Dino leads by over a second now. And if you're a neutral, you'd want to see a championship fight. He's leading by a lot now. Romza is about 1.8 seconds down. Clock stays in P7 for now. It's very, very tightly packed. 9 seconds separating all the drivers apart from Rozikigan. Now 10 seconds separating 1st to 16th, which is still a very, very tight gap after lap 3. But Dino Monkey leads 1.8 seconds in front of Romza, with Lordi behind, Sarvan, then Jerry, then Beffitt Guitar. Clocks has actually overtaken Beffitt now, so Clocks is up to P6. Dino Monkey leads though. Rozikigan's in the pit, so he's going to be about 30-40 seconds down on everybody. Still in the pits. What time is he going on? He's going on to the mediums, I think. Going for a shorter run. Who's behind is struggling. 11 struggling as well. Zachary as well. The Ferrari is struggling down in P14. But Dino leads Romza. Romza, who's in front of Jerry. Sarvan now. Clocks is up to P5. So if you're a Clocks fan, if you want to see a championship battle, you're going to be happy there. Dino still leads there with the fastest lap as well. So this is going to really hurt Algard's championship here. As now Dino Monkey goes on to 110 points. As it stands, he goes 40 points behind Algard. We could see a final battle right at the end. And it will make Algard very, very nervous, I think, as Algard's race is done here, as his time is not even popping up. So he's going to be 4 laps down on everybody. Lordi was fighting at the front without a front wing as well. He's into the pits, and that helps Clocks, Jerry, Sarvan, and Romza. Dino now into the first DRS zone. Romza behind, about 3 seconds down. Sarvan clocks up to P4, fighting his teammate. I wonder if there's going to be some team orders at McLaren. But Dino Monkey still leads the pack. And Torno got a 6-car battle. A 6-car battle now for P6. Beffin in front, but he goes straight on. He goes straight on onto the gravel trap. And that's going to cost him quite a few places. He's behind Moto. He's behind Sakari, I think, as well. Oh no, just stays in front of Moto, but Rozikigan is out of the race. His race is over. He's lost too much time. But Beffett is now down to P11, I think, behind Razor Hyper. Sorry, he's got ahead of Clocks is in P5, but Clocks has gone a little wide. But he didn't lose too much time either. Two main drivers are focusing on Dino Monkey, who leads with the fastest lap. Clocks down in P5. It's going to really help his championship as well. He's going to be on 122 points. He's going to be 28 points behind Outguard. So Outguard is out of this Grand Prix. Out before it even started. If it goes green in set one, so he's really pushing now. He's down in P11 now, fighting Razor Hyper. About 3 seconds separating us from just P6 to P11. Which is a very, very tight scrap in the midfield. Clocks now loses some time to Jerry. But Dino Monkey still leads. As it stands, he's going to be on 110 points. Clocks is going to be on 122 points. Outguard's going to be on 150 points. This is huge if you're a neutral. This is really going to tighten this championship scrap up. There's only going to be 40 points separating first to third going into the final two races. And if Outguard gets Outguard gets another DNF in the next race, it could be even huge for the final race of the season. Now, as Clocks has lost a lot of time on Jerry Picchio, he's going to be struggling now a little bit on those tyres. He still is in P5, he's on the mediums as well. Sarvan goes green, he's fighting Jerry for P3. So Sarvan, Jerry goes down, he's inside. And round the final corner, Sarvan has a tighter line, and he stays ahead of Jerry for now. About 10th of a second now, Clocks. Still about a second in front of Zinks. If you're Outguard, you've got to really hope that Dino or Clocks don't take this advantage. But I still think now that Clocks and Dino are going to take this advantage. This is going to be a gift for them, a massive gift for them. Dino Monkey now just gets into Sector 2. Romza's dropped a little bit. He's dropped a little bit of time to Jerry Picchio and Sarvan as well. Beffett's dropped down to P10. As there is an Alfa Romeo as well. That's I think that's Senna. Yeah, that's Senna. Senna Alonso. But Sarvan now, 3-car battle for P2. Into Sector 3 now. The McLaren of Jerry. The Williams of Romza and the Red Bull of Sarvan now. A 10th of a second separating second to fourth. Scraps everywhere in this race. Round in the final corner. Let's have a look on board of the Red Bull driver. It was currently in second. Makes it very tight. Oh, he's pushing every single inch of this track. Oh, Romza clipping the curb into turn 1. It's going to cost him a little bit of time, but he will save the car. Box now. He's going to be losing time to go. And if you're Outguard watching this, you're going to be happy. Still got Dino Monkey, of course, who was probably a quicker driver than Outguard, I think. But Jerry now leads the pack of 3 for second. Clock still leads pack of about 6 or 7 cars behind him. But who's this? This is Zings out of nowhere. Slotting in between the Haas and the McLaren. This would take a P5 finish. Dino's down! Dino's out! Oh no! Outguard! This is huge for Outguard now! The title shifts to Outguard! He's out! And Jerry in the McLaren leads the Grand Prix. Dino is out of the Grand Prix. And Clocks is now up to P4. That means that Dino's championship is over. Dino, in the space of, 30 seconds, has gone from having a chance of winning the championship to now out of the championship fight. He's going to be 66 points down, guaranteed, with 2 races to go. That's awful for Dino Monkey. He disconnects in the race. And Jerry in the McLaren now leads. This is big for McLaren, though. Big points for McLaren. As Ferrari look to be having a no-show here. I'll tell you what, if McLaren get this P1 and P4 finish, it's going to be huge for them. It's going to be huge. But Dino has been hit with the Capstar curse. Sarvan leads in the Red Bull. Clocks is now in P4. But Zinks and Go down the inside. 3-car battle now for P4. 3-car battle for P1. But Jerry has pulled ahead of Sarvan now. And Romza, I wonder if he had more ERS in the tank. 11 is struggling at the back now with Lordy, but Razor Hyper down in P10. He impressed in practice, but where has his pace gone? Wait, Jerry has gapped the field now for McLaren now. If this stays a P1 and P3, that is 37 points. That puts them on to 182. It puts them to within only 25 points of Ferrari. So really, both championships aren't over really, because Sakari's struggling a little bit. He's down in P8. Down in P7. But Sen Alonso's gone wide, and that's back to P6 for Clocks. Clocks has lost a little bit of time. He's down in P6. Now, if you're a neutral, your only hope lies on to Clocks. Even if Clocks DNFs, the championship is not won by Outguard. He's still 43 points clear. Gogo we wanted some points though, but his championship fight is over. He's 77 points down on Outguard. He doesn't have the fastest lap either. So any slim hopes that he had of winning the championship are gone, pretty much. Antono's gone green, set to 1, Clocks. So now got Sakari in front of him now, so Sakari's doing a very nice recovery drive for Ferrari, keeping them really at the top of the Constructors' Championship. Jerry leads, Sava now. Roms has dropped back a little bit now. Zinks in P4, Gogo in P5. Wonder when these strategies will come into play now as Clocks doing a little bit. Loses the back end almost, coming out of Sector 1. Now he's got the Ferrari of Sakari behind. And Ferrari looks to have quicker pace than the McLaren now. Antonio goes purple. Antonio goes purple in Sector 1 in the Lotus as he out-hunts Razor Hyper on fresh denim rubber. Fresh denim medium tyres. Keeps it clean as well into DRS. He's going to have DRS as well, mind you. Clocks now is struggling. He's still in front of Sakari, though. Ferrari having the tidal line. Antonio goes green. We could see a fastest lap here. Romza and Zink's pit. Will Clocks do the same? He's going to have the undercut on Sakari. He's going to make the undercut on Sakari and Jerry by the looks of it. Savan as well. Anyway, Antonio doesn't pit. Has a slipstream now of Razor Hyper. Takes a tight line. He's really impressing now on those fresh set of rubber. Will he get the fastest lap? He does! He does as well, and he steals the fastest lap of Dino Monkey. Antonio steals the fastest lap now. Antonio in 6th place. This is brilliant from him. Brilliant driving throughout that lap. Pushing to the limit. He saw the opportunity, and he took it. Zeus makes a pit stop as well down in P13. Clocks down in P9. He's ahead now of Sen Alonso. I wonder if Senna's on quicker. He might be as well. He might be on an older set of tyres. You can probably see the difference in grip really as well. Oh, Clocks almost losing the back end. Oh, that's a mistake. That is a big mistake from Clocks. But he hasn't lost too much time. He's only lost 1 position. As 11v6. Is he out? I don't know what's happened. He can't see the track. Dinks has gone green in Sector 1. Clocks, you won't like that. He's going to get DRS, I think, off Senna. Clocks down in P10. So that's going to be a solitary point for now. And Torno in P4 has the fastest lap, so he's doing really well here. Sakari pits. And I think Clocks may have done a successful undercut here. He's gonna undercut. He's gonna undercut Sakari now. Sakari makes his pit stop now as Clocks rounds the final corner now. You can see the difference in tyre grip. As he tries to dive through Senna. Senna tries to move out of the way so he doesn't get slipstream, but Clocks has overtaken Sakari. Oh, but it's tight though. It's very tight. Sakari with a remarkably quick pit stop there. But he has made the undercut. Sakari struggling to warm up his tyres a little bit, almost losing the back end out of turn 1. Sorry, turn 2. And Torno in P3 now, doing brilliantly on that fresh set of rubber. He's undercut most of the grid here. As Outguard can't drive anymore. Go. P7. Fox is up to P9. He's still got Senna ahead of him. As Outguard has a 2-race ban. Outguard has a 2-race ban. And if you're close, you have to take that. You have to take that. Outguard has a 2-race ban. So that means Outguard will stay on 150 points. He will miss the final 2 rounds. He's got to hope now that Clocks doesn't make use of it. It does mean that Dino Monkey, if Dino Monkey won this race and got the fastest lap and didn't DC, I think Dino Monkey could have won the World Championship, but that has cost him. Gogo cannot win the world. Gogo could win the world championship, but he has to win every race and get the fastest lap. And nothing that's happening now. As Clocks down in P9, up to P8. He's overtaken Senna. He's now got Razor Hyper in his sights. The only driver now that could theoretically beat Outguard is Clocks. So Drama here with 3 rounds to go at this British Grand Prix. It's impressive. Drama before lights out with Outguard, not able to get into the race. And then Dino Monkey crashing. Clocks takes a very wide line, but he does keep the car straight. He doesn't go over those sausage curbs. Zachary behind, he's going to have DRS. They're both going to have DRS on Clocks. Clocks still stays in P8. He's now gained about a second on Razor Hyper. As long as Clocks gets around a P5, P6 finish, he should be alright. Roms are still keeping that car straight. So Jerry leads. Sarvan's making a pit stop. Has he made a good move here, prolonging his pit stop? Does mean Antonio overtakes him. Antonio might have just undercut most of the grid here. He has. He's up to P2. Antonio has undercut almost all the grid with his pit stop. Razor Hyper pits. That means Clocks is going to gain another position. Zachary's struggling as well. Clocks is up to P7. But Savan, with an awful strategy here, is down in P4. Jerry Picchio leads by 15 seconds. Razor Hyper comes out of the pits now. He's going to be in front of. He's going to be just in front of Lordi, but Lordi tries to switch back on him. Tries to go down the inside, but he closes that up, and Lordi goes onto the gravel trap a little bit now. But Clocks in P7. Your Clocks now, you're going to still get some decent points. Oh, Clocks! Clips the sausage curb, keeps the car straight. Zachary goes up the sausage curbs as well. If you're Clocks, you'd have liked that because he didn't really lose a lot of time. Oh, Clocks managed to keep that car in a straight line, but he's now got Senna in front of him again, and his tyres could have been hurt from that. Senna Alonso now, he's not pitting. I think he's already made his pit stop. Anyway. 11v63 still leads. Tell you what, Antonio has found some pace here. He was 14 seconds down on Jerry last lap, or a couple of laps ago. He's now 12. Antonio could be fighting for the win here. He's definitely the fastest car out on track for now. There's Razor Hyper, who said he was going to do a little bit of trolling, still down at P11. But Clocks is a couple of seconds down on Senna now. Will he get DRS? He won't. Zachary behind as well. Clocks down in P8. It's only going to be about 4 points. It's only going to put him on 111 points. He's still going to be 39 points down. He needs to take this opportunity. He needs to get as many points as possible to make those final 2 races easier. As Romza, still fine. Lordi pits again. He's staying down in P13, so he's overtakes him for P12. Antonio has saved another 2 seconds on Jerry Picchio. So Jerry is struggling here. Jerry is struggling. And Zentano could maybe have a race win here. He's got Rosa behind, so he has to be cautious for now. Clocks is up to P7. Sen Alonso must have made a mistake. Clocks keeps that car in a straight line. Zachary's also struggling as well, but Clocks is utilising his tyres very well. Goes a little bit deep through the final corner, but he still keeps that car in a straight line. P6 will be 8 points. He's on 115 points. He's 35 points down! Clocks! He keeps that car going. I don't know how. Clocks, well. Destiny maybe? Destiny maybe? He's still behind Senna and Zachary, but those 2 drivers were... Oh, Senna now loses the back end, flops up in the air. But Clocks is down in P9. But he's going to have DRS. I think he saved it somehow. Destiny, maybe. Could Destiny be taking the championship to Clocks? He's surviving everything. But back to the front now. And Torner saved another 3 seconds on Jerry. He can see Jerry almost. Roms are behind. Go down in P4. Clocks somehow. Oh, Senna spinning! He's trying to save the car. How has he saved that? Good, Clocks is made up to P8 now. Jerry in front. He's now 6 seconds in front. Sarvan. He spun it. He's struggling to get that car going again. It now makes Clocks' position. Well, it could be P6 here. Anyway, Clocks is up to P8 anyway, with Sarvan and Zachary in front. Clocks is up to P7 now, with Zachary in front, the driver who was battling earlier on. Lordy goes purple in sector 1. If he does get the fastest lap, his fastest lap will not count to an extra point. He has to be in the top 10 to get that extra point. Jerry still leads though. Jerry still leads by 5.3 seconds on Entorno. Lordy goes yellow in sector 2. I think that might have ruined his fastest lap attempt. Who knows? Anyway, Clocks in P7. P7 is enough for 6 points. That puts him on to 113 points. It's going to be 37 points down on Algard. Algard has a 2-race ban for blocking on track. Clocks now. It's a big battle. Nerves must be shredding him right now. Shredding his confidence, maybe. Zachary in front. He's about 2 seconds clear. Sarvan has caught up to Clocks. That's 11.63. I thought it was another driver. Clocks gets done by Sarvan. Sarvan with a nice move down the inside. Now about... Oh, and Tarner's been overtaken by Deal, maybe. So we could have a 3-car battle for the lead. It's now 5 seconds separating Jerry from Deal. To Antarno, who thinks behind. Could be find his opportunity. Clocks is down to P8 again. He's only about a second now. It's about 3 seconds still. It's now 4.2 seconds. And Torno and Roms are battling it out here. But if you're both of those drivers, you probably don't want to battle it out right now. You want to wait until you've got Jerry, until you reel in Jerry. Clocks still behind Sarvan. Senna's dropped back a little bit. Clocks has made it 2.3 seconds as it was before. Clocks now only be picking up 4 points. He's still going to be 39 points down. Romza and Antorno, 3.2 seconds now. With 11 laps to go, Jerry doing a one-stop. Could the one-stop work, maybe? Is he going to wait until he gets overtaken? Then is he going to make his pit stop? If you're Jerry, you should pit now. You've prolonged it as long as you can. He's going for a one-stop. He might go onto another set of mediums. Or is he going to wait until he goes onto a soft set? I don't know. He could lose a lot of time, though. He's struggling. Struggling for the corners. It's 2 seconds now. A 3-car battle for the lead. Zink's 5.6 seconds down. Clocks is struggling down in P8 as well. He's 21 seconds down on the lead, and now Zachary's now pulling forward in P6. Romza is probably less than a second now behind Jerry. And Torno's 1.25 seconds. He actually had his fastest lap stolen from him by TGM Lordy. So his fastest lap will not stand. He will not get the extra point because he's not in the top 10. He's currently down in P13. Anyway, 3-car battle for the lead now. Romza diving down the inside. That's Jerry over the bumps. I don't know how he saved that. But he's done that. As Razor Hyper has spun it again. But then Torno now leads. Jerry struggling tight. He's already dropped down a couple of seconds. He has to pit now. This could be another position for Clocks on his teammate. And Torno leads. 0.4 seconds in front, but Romza is actually in front of Antorno as around the final corner with 10 laps to go now. The Williams of Romza leads the Grand Prix. Antorno in the Lotus down in P2. Jerry pits. So does Go-Go. Jerry's played this as long as possible. And Clocks now. He's in P8 still. About a second behind. He's now 3 seconds now down on Zachary. He could be struggling on those medium tyres. There we go. Coming out of the pits now. Jerry comes out of the pits ahead of Sarvan. Clocks with Go-Go now in a battle. Of course, Go-Go's going to be on those fresher tyres as well. Jerry's down in P4. He's 14.9 seconds down. That's the time he has to make back on Romza. He did make that mistake now. As Antorno trying to dive down the inside of the Williams. Having the inside line, switching back a lot between different lines now into the DRS zone 2. Still very tight between the Lotus and the Williams driver. Sue's with the pit stop. Clocks now. He's falling behind a lot. He's struggling here. He could be on for a P8 finish, which still helps his championship out a lot, especially with Algaard's 2-race ban. Oh, Clocks again. Oh, this is heartbreaking to see. Senna overtakes him again. Romza pits. Romza's pitting at the end. He's seen what Jerry's done. Zinkler's also making a pit stop. And Torno leads the Grand Prix. Could he have played a brilliant move here? He only has 8 laps to go. Sakri pits. Is Clocks going for a 2-stopper now? Is he going to respond to that? Yes, he's pitting. Senna's pitting. All the top... Well, everyone apart from Antonio in the top 9 have pitted. They're going to be on fresh set of rubber. And Clocks is quick on a fresh set of rubber. Oh, no, it's about 12 seconds in front of Romza now. Razor is in the crowd. He's killed somebody. Razor has killed somebody in the crowd. Z2 didn't crash. Dino Monkey with the false hype. But Razor has killed crowd member. Clocks is down in P10. He's still going to get a solitary point from his pit stops. He's got Senna to overtake. That is 11.63. Jerry goes purple in sector 2. Antonio pits. Could he have... I don't think he's done a good overcut here. Jerry now rounds the final corner. It's going to be tight. Should get the fastest lap as well over the green. And purple he does, but... Antonio comes out the pit. He's going to be tight. I think there could be another 3-car battle. Antonio's going to be on 1 lap fresher tyres. He's ahead of Ziggs. That's important. Fox down in P10. Can he see Senna in front? Yes, he can. Senna and Moto fighting it out now. Fox could still get that solitary point, but it still puts him over 40 points down. He has to hope someone in front crashes. Go now. Sakri trying to use all the track to his advantage. Savan goes purple in sector 3. Senna, Moto, and Clocks. Clocks, the driver will focus on. He has his championship. Could be on the line today. Could be on the line. O'Neill. Algaard's got a 2-race ban, so his championship pretty much relies on Clocks bottling. Savan goes purple in sector 2. Algaard DNF before the race even began. Dino, who had a legitimate chance to win the championship, DC, so his championship's over. Clocks is the only driver that can win. As Algaard's also got a 2-race ban from Dave as well.
Did I miss the race, or are you still continuing?
Still continuing, 6 laps to go. Savan still goes purple, but he's...
Good then. I came right on time. So you'll need a little bit of help.
I'm going alright right now. Going alright.
Very good.
Clocks has overtaken Moto over P9. That's 2 more points. That puts him 41 points. Clocks has flipped. He's done a full 360, and still has not lost a lot of time. Is this destiny? Is this destiny for Clocks? Does the game want him to win the championship? He's gone over those sausage curbs 4 or 5 times and he's still not died. Sin Alonso's lost a little bit of pace. P8 is probably the most realistic position for Clocks right now. He's battling Moto again for P9. He's going to be 41 points down. He has to get at least a podium the next race to keep his championship going. Jerry leads. Romza 1.5 seconds down. Torno 3.7 seconds down. Ziggs 5 seconds down on the leader.
Jerry is in a good position because Tromza is on the mediums while Jerry is on the softs.
Softs run out quicker though. Jerry pitted about 2 laps ago.
Ooh.
And Torno pitted on softs a couple of laps ago as well. I do think this could be Romza's win here. Romza's going to be on a fresher set of tyres towards the end. He's was only about 2 seconds down on the leader.
Let's not forget Santorno, who's in P3, also on the softs.
Yeah, he
And
is. But...
Zinks also. So
Ooh, Clocks goes a little deep through the final corner. Focusing a lot on Clocks as this could be his championship here. What's the next track going to be then? Because Japan's not in the game. Apparently we're doing France backwards.
11V63 or whatever his name is doing something, but not taking the race seriously anymore. Understandable, considering he is last by quite the margin.
Yeah.
Do not know how that happened.
Oh, Senna! Senna goes straight on into the gravel trap. This is a brilliant chance now for Clocks to reel in him. He takes a tight line. He's still behind him, but the gap is now considerably less. It was 3 seconds. The neck and neck now coming through onto the DRS
Oh,
zone
and there's
2.
a Red Bull. There is a Red Bull turned around in the final corner.
Is there?
And that looked like, was that Zinx?
No, it wasn't Zinx. He's gone through turn 1.
Saravan also, there was a Red Bull there, but I do not know who it was.
Might be Moto. No, it wasn't Moto. Clocks now leads Senna.
And 11V63 is retiring the car.
So Jerry leads and has the fastest lap. This is big for McLaren, by the way. If they want to have a chance of winning the if they want to have a chance of trying to win the constructors, because of course Ferrari are going to be a man
is
down.
pushing for P2. He is just ahead of Tromsø by the looks of things.
Yep. So the soft tires coming into play there. The grip they're getting through the corners. Lotus are having a good race here. Well, for if you're Antana, not if you're 11, but Moto pits again.
CT is losing a quite extreme line, but it's working out for him.
Yep.
He's
But
making
Jerry
a
still
little bit of a
leads.
gap.
Clock's down in P8. That's 4 points. He's going to tell you what, McLaren are going to get 30 points here, and they're going to be about 40 points behind Ferrari. The championship isn't done, Dave. The championship is nowhere near done. Because Ferrari now have a man down without Gaud's 2-race ban due to blocking people, apparently. That's what Dave said.
That's very odd. Blocking people. I don't know how he's able to block people.
Probably through the blind corners, I'm guessing, but Clock still leads Senna. Senna's done well here just to keep behind. Oh, he clips the gravel trap. That's going to lose him a little bit of time. You can see the speed difference that Senna got on the exit. Clock's now down the inside, takes a tighter line ahead of Senna again for P8. Clock's is about 12 seconds down on Zachary.
It is very close between those two indeed. Only
Clocks,
0.1.
if you're Clocks, you've got to hope someone crashes in front at this point.
Senna is using a tighter line here. This might be his chance, and he is ahead by only 1 front wing.
Got a car length now. Clocks with a tighter line through turn 5. Senna has the better exit,
I think
though.
Clocks got the better. No, that's Senna with the better exit there.
TGM Lordy with the pit stop.
He is ahead by 1 car length now.
Oh, Sarvan flipped! Sarvan flipped! Sarvan flipped!
Oh, that's going to cost him a lot
That's
of
going to
time.
cost him. He's behind Gogo. He could be behind Zachary.
And Zachary is very close.
Oh, if you're Clocks, you would have wanted him to DNF there. Clocks now could be struggling on the softs a little bit. He's neck and neck still with Senna. Senna could really hinder his championship here. He might not know it yet, but Senna goes a little bit deep.
Those two.
But he gets a nice little switch back.
Switcheroo over there.
Good old switcheroo. 2 laps to go. Sorry, 3 laps to go. Well, not just under 3 laps to go. Moto goes green in sector 1. Clocks and Senna still fighting it out here. If you're Outgad, you gotta hope Clocks DNFs.
Clocks, I don't think Clocks got much more left unless Senna makes a big mistake here.
Jerry still leads by a lot. He's still
is increasing a lot. And
Moto goes 2 greens.
Monkey is going to get banned here.
Gogo still leads Sarvan. Sarvan and Zachary neck and neck. So Sarvan's doing some damage limitation here as he overtakes Zachary for P6.
Might I point out that Centorno is catching up to Jerry?
Just a little bit. I said those medium tyres would... Sorry, no, he's on softs. If anything, Romza should have caught... Romza should be catching up towards the end. But I tell you what, the Lotus and the McLaren driver have done really well conserving their soft tyres here. They've kept them going. Clocks is dropped behind Senna a lot.
Very strong here, so it's going too good for them. Sheravan also having to fight now to get past Zachary.
Things about 8 seconds down.
Having a little scrub on the rear end as he goes over one of the curbs.
Could see a battle now for the win here between the McLaren driver. As there was a driver behind, I think that was Zinks with his back end that just floated up in the air for a second.
The battle for
Go,
P6
Zach.
is heating up.
Yeah, Lordy goes fastest in Sector 1 again. He did have the fastest lap at one point before Jerry took it away.
Someone who went in off the track in turn 1, and who was that?
Might have been Savan. Might have been Sakura, I don't know.
Possibly Zeus.
Oh, Zeus. Oh, he's last. Oh.
I think, but not 100% sure.
Fox is going to get 2 points. He's going to be 41 points down on... Oh, God.
Well, Santorno catched up by a full second here. Jerry needs to watch out. He can make it if he doesn't make a mistake.
Yes, Jerry still has just enough pace in him to keep Antonio at bay. Lordy did go further since one
lap left.
Sector 2, Moto is stuck in the wall and he's out of the Grand Prix. He's down in P10. Now he's Lordy. If he gets the fastest lap, which he didn't, if he did get the fastest lap, he would have got an extra point because he would have been in the top 10
between
for it.
1 and 2 is only 0.5 now.
1.5.
It's a big bridge to catch up, but you never know what could happen.
Giantorno, desperation starts to creep in now. 1.5 seconds, 1 lap to go. Your first ever RFO victory as well. Jerry in front as well. He's going for his first ever RFO victory. And Antonio has DRS. We'll be using all of that to try help him.
1.1, that is going to help, but that is from the straight, so now Santorno probably has less energy.
Tell you what, Gogo's dropped behind a lot here. Gogo's dropped behind a lot. Savan and Sakuri still find it out. Sakuri might have done some good damage limitation for Ferrari if he stays in this race. But still,
Looks like Jerry
second.
Is keeping his cool.
Antonio taking a wide line. Oh, it's helped! It's helped! Look at the distance he's gained on Jerry.
It is not enough yet.
The final few corners. The race
leader.
Like
a desperation move. It is not
Round
close
the final
enough.
Corner. Jerry keeps it straight. Antonio doesn't get him in the end, but Jerry wins the Great British Grand Prix 5 turns ahead of Antonio in the Lotus. A brilliant scrap at the end. Antonio trying every move in the book. Savan is out. Clunks is going to get P8.
How did that happen?
Oh no, he's going to get P7! He's going to get P7! He's overtaken Senna last lap! Savan is out of the race. That means Zeus should get promoted up to P11, P10 I think, even though he's... Go.
What happened in that
P6.
last few lap here?
Keeps it straight! Goes to P7. This could really help his championship. Destiny maybe, Niels. Destiny maybe. It happened with Acer last season. And it could happen with Clocks here. That P7 might be huge. That is 6 valuable championship points when he could have only got 2. It puts him 37 points behind Outguard with 2 races to go. It helps him out a lot.
That will be very exciting. I don't... I haven't fully...
So Lordy is our final driver to finish. Goes across the line. P9. And that is it. So then, this is your finishing order. Jerry Picchio with the win and the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with a very, very, very unusual strategy, but it did work at the end with a long game. One-stop strategy was enough for Jerry Picchio to clinch the victory. He did do enough tyre conservation on his mediums. Wins and takes the fastest lap. And Tomo 5 tenths behind takes P2 and his first podium in RFO. Romza takes P3, Zinc takes P4, Sakuri P5, Go P6, so he's at the end.
Isn't that a new race winner?
I think so, it is, yes. Clocks finishes at
P7. It's quite a few this season.
Finished despite running in P9 towards the end of the race. But a DNF from Savan, a last lap overtake on Senna, and maybe even a chance for Go to be overtaken by Clocks as well. But it all was enough for him to get P7. Senna P8 as he did bottle that P7 finish at the end. Lordy P9, and that should be Zeus P10 because Savan did DNF right on the last lap. It may have just helped Clocks though, just enough a little bit, just enough. Means now he's on 113 points. He's now 37 points behind Outguard. Don't forget, Outguard has that 2-race ban. He's banned now until season 7.
How is he banned?
I don't know, but that's what Dave said. That's what Dave said.
You never know. It might get rejected.
It might get rejected.
I mean, a disqualified champion. You haven't seen that much, so that would be
I
fun.
don't think it's a disqualified. He's only got a 2-race ban.
You said we will not see him until season 7.
Clocks in a lot
how
of
many
bumps, though.
races
If
are
Clocks
left?
didn't hit those bumps, I think he could have legitimately got a P5, maybe even a P4 finish, because he was ahead of Zinks for some of the race. Clocks are
Let's
really...
see. Wait, didn't Outguard already win the No, not yet, not
No,
yet.
not
but
yet, not yet. That's why him not getting any points today brings this championship closer. It does mean it's closer going into the final race, but it is going to be closer. Tell you what, though, Clark's probably should be kicking himself here. This was a perfect opportunity to close up the championship.
But
he
we have
did
seen
get a
this
P-
before. Remember last season? This is
He did
how
get a
Acer
P5.
won the championship.
If he didn't get a P5 or even a P4, he would have probably closed that gap to maybe even 30 points, maybe even just over 20 points. I do believe now he's got a little bit of a mountain to climb, but mountains are there to be climbed. So Outguard on 150 points, Clocks on 113 points, Dino Monkey stays on 84 points, Go-Go's P6, and 8 points is enough to put him on to 81 points. Acer stays on 60. Sakari, though, with a P5 finish and 10 points, puts him on to 68. Sarvan stays on 53. Zinks, P4 and 12 points, that puts him on to 58 points. And Torno gets 18 points, and that puts him on to 63 points now. So he has jumped a lot of places, Antonio, with that podium. Lordy is on 31 points. Razor Hyper DNF. Romza is on to 40 points now. Anon is on 23 points. And that is it. So, championship just going to these last couple of races. This was a chance for Outguard to win. But the game said no. Could this be destiny, maybe, Niels? The game didn't allow Outguard to join the race. Then he gets a 2-race ban. Clocks went over 5 bumps, went over multiple sausage curves, and did not lose even a front wing. Could this be destiny again, like last season with Acer?